everyone. Today we are going to review present continuous, adverb frequency, and questions with how. Let's start with the present continuous. We are going to go over the uses. The present continuous describes something which is happening at the same moment of speaking. Here I got some examples. John is watching TV right now. Describe an action which is taking place in the present. Jen is studying education at the Urania Montas College. Describe temporary situations. I'm taking my French class on Tuesday. To emphasize the frequency of an action. The baby is always crying at night. To describe changing situations. Students are improving their English. And describe new future actions. We are visiting our parents this week. For the present continuous, we need the subject plus the verb to be, is, or, plus the verb plus ing. Here, John is the subject, is the verb to be, watching the verb watch plus ing, and the complement. Present continuous, negative, and questions. First, let's go over the negative statements. Here we got the subject plus is, or plus not, plus the verb plus ing. For example, I am not watching TV right now. She's not waiting for her parents. They are not cleaning the house. They are watching movies. Questions. Here, the only thing that you need to do is to change the position of the verb to be and the subject. For example, is Claire reading a book? Is she reading a book? More examples. Am I speaking English well? Are they reading novels? Are they reading novels? Now guys, let's review adverbs of frequency. An adverb of frequency is exactly what it sounds like, an adverb of time. Adverbs of frequency always describe how often something occurs, either in definite or indefinite terms. An adverb that describes definite frequency is one such as weekly, daily, or yearly. An adverb describing indefinite frequency doesn't specify an exact time frame. Examples are sometimes, often, and rarely. Here we got the adverbs of frequency and we have the percentages. So here I got some examples using them. He is always very punctual. I will see if he is here yet. We usually go to the restaurant on Sundays. We generally go to the sea for our holidays. They often went caroling at Christmas. Sometimes I just need someone to talk to. We occasionally meet for a drink after work. I seldom seen such brutality. She is old and rarely goes out. If you don't aim high, you will never hit high. So guys, something that I need to point out is that we can use sometimes and usually at the beginning of the sentence, okay? So we can change the position of usually and sometimes. But with other verbs, okay? With other verbs, I need to use the adverb of frequency before the verb, like here. So I use subject plus the adverb plus the main verb. Daniel always passes his stamps. If I'm using the verb to be, I have to use the adverb of frequency after the verb to be. Right? So let me check here and go back. Okay, so here I have how often. Remember, if I ask you the question how often, I want to know the frequency. So how often do you brush your teeth? Once a day, twice a week, 3 times a month, 4 times a year. These are some expressions that I can use to express frequency. I can use number plus time plus a plus time period. These ones, sorry that I didn't mention that before, these ones are adverbs of definite frequency. Okay, so here I can use, as I said before, number plus time plus a plus time period. For example, once a day. So how often do you brush your teeth? Once a day, twice a week, 3 times a month, 4 times a year. How often do you go to the capital? Daily, weekly, monthly, annually. How often do you study? You can use every plus number plus time period. For example, every 2 days, every 3 weeks, every 4 months. I can also use every plus time period, every day, every week, every month. Here are some examples. She visits the dentist twice a year. He goes to the gym 3 times a week. I call her daily to make sure she is fine. I want you guys to avoid this. So, don't say one time. Instead of saying one time, you must say once. Once. Here, 2 times. Instead of saying 2 times, you say twice. Let's continue. Okay, now we are going to check how questions with how. I know that some of you were confused with this, so good and well. Keep in mind that good is an adjective. This means it describes people, things, and places, not verbs. Sample. Sarah is a good student. Here I'm describing Sarah and I'm saying that she is a good student. Sam is a good boy. So here again I'm describing Sam. In contrast here, well is an adverb. It describes actions. Here, Sarah seems really well. So I want you to check that here I'm describing the action seems. Okay? How Sarah develops or does this action. The next example, Sam behaves well. So again, here I'm describing how Sam behaves, the action. Now, Sam. Right? So great. So now here we got how questions. So remember how often you work out. We can use definite adverbs to answer that. Example, every day, twice a week, not very often. And you can use short answers too, as it says. How long do you spend at the gym? Keep in mind, remember that how long refers to how much time. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 year. So, here the answer. 3 minutes a day, 2 hours a week, about 1 hour on weekends. How well do you play tennis? Here, I'm asking about the action. How well I do this action. So, pretty well. About average, not very well. How good are you at sport? I'm referring I want you to describe yourself. Here, pretty good. Okay, not so good. So guys, this is all for now. Thank you for watching this video and see you next time.